be still and know that I am God. That seems like a real invitation. Well, why would you not take it? I mean, really, what do you think?
I agree. The thing is, we talk about, the information in God-given, and you often will say, listen, what I'm looking for are students who are open to be teachers. But most people believe that they don't have anything to add to this work. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, actually, that's like, I don't have anything to add to what Neville said. In fact, he did all the groundwork. He really did the digging. He really did the feeling after. And he found things that I would have never come across in this lifetime, I'm sure. But he did, and because he did, and because he told me that it was mine as much as his, that if I would actually move in and start thinking from, I would experience what he experienced. And I did. It's really true what it said. We're all asleep. In varying degrees of intensity and intense, we're all asleep. But you can be broken out of the sleep if you pay attention to your own inner conversations. Well, you're the director. You're the director of your thinking and feeling. So if you're not directing, if you're not choosing, and that's what you're given, choose this day. Why not choose better? Think only on things that are lovely and of good report, we're told. You wouldn't have to watch your conversations long to find out that you're missing that one.
You're absolutely right. And I like what you said. You said that Neville has done the groundwork. And what I know is that there's literally hundreds upon hundreds of audio programs that Neville's done that are online. Mm-hmm. So for an individual, only thing they got to do is listen, and like you said, do what he says do. And you shall have the power. Would you agree?
That's it. That's it. He's given it to you. He's given you all the secrets. He told you they weren't really secrets to be kept secret, he said. They were just mysterious in character. But he gave you all the secrets. He opened all the secrets that the churches have not done so. And he told you that you will have everything that Jesus had. And you can do what Jesus did, and as Jesus had said, and even greater. Well, who does greater things than the Son of God, but God himself? You're being told who you are, but you have to find it for yourself. You have to awaken within yourself. And that's all it's about. It's all about awakening within yourself. As you think you are, choose this day. You're given choose this day by God. Not some advisor, but by God. Choose this day. And you're doing so. That's really the secret of it, is that you're actually doing so. Are you aware of what you're doing? That's all it really takes, is just paying attention to what you're doing. Because it's you, the doer, doing. You, the thinker, thinking. Thinking and doing what? Well, I don't know how else to tell them, do you?
You know what? I like what you often say, because, thinking about revelation knowledge, all of us, we get it. And what I mean by that, we all receive it. It comes as a thought of, just a quick revelation or something that you've never thought before. And you say, man, that's pretty interesting. Where did that come from? But we write it off.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. That's exactly what we do. Or we'll think about it later.
Absolutely.
And later shows up, are you ready now? Well, yeah, a little later, then you forget it.
That's the key. That's what I wanted you to come back to. We forget it. And I like what you have. I have a notepad, but you made me think about it. I'm going to actually pull out my mini recorder and keep it charged now.
Yeah.
Because it's so much easier to go back and what I like, because of the Dragon program that you've given me, I can take those records. I don't even have to type them out now.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I don't even have to write them out now. I could take those, what we call MP3 files, or those digital files, once I've saved up enough of them, take that file, save it to my computer, and let Dragon type the file out for me. So the only thing I have to do is retrieve the recordings at that point. So I'm going to actually start doing that, because sometimes when I wake up, I'm in a fog, and I've just received something, and trying to articulate it or put it down on paper, I do what I can, but it's not always accurate.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I made notes, and then a little while later, I'm sitting in the office going, what in the hell did I...
That's why I'm laughing, because I looked at my chicken scratch, and I thought that I was writing Korean or Arabic or some other language, but it wasn't English, and I had to decipher what it was that I was trying to say, and often I lose it. I get lost in translation, as it were. So
well, actually, even though I have a tape recorder there, sometimes I don't understand what I said. I'm not saying, what was I thinking about? But then again, sometimes it comes through real clear, and I'm really glad I did catch it.
Absolutely.
But because it was actually something I really wanted to know. Just like I said about the digital thing. You know, it just, bingo. And I thought, oh, wow, I'm so slow. So slow to catch on to what's going on. But
you know, I would say that, and I would agree with you, but see, the thing is, you caught on. It wasn't, a lot of this technology is new to you, and for a person above 80, I mean, I'm amazed at all the things that you actually do. So my thing is, you didn't just say, though, I'll just keep using cassette recordings. You were open, and that's what I appreciate, that you were open to new technology. So I appreciate it.
Fantastic. That's good. We make a good couple. Especially since we're this far apart.
So
it's hard to have an argument on long distance.
It's true. It's funny that you mentioned that. I was talking to my wife the other day. I was talking about some things that were going on in the Facebook group and how people are growing, how lives are being transformed. And she said, if people listen to you, they would just think that you got it all together. I said, well, you know that not to be true. I said, and the truth of the matter is, I think that I can empathize with people more because I don't have it all together. And I said, Linda and I will often say, we sometimes get off track. We sometimes miss the mark. And I say, even in saying that, people miss it. It goes right over their head, and it's like we didn't say it. Neville would often say that he wasn't perfect, that he had his own vices and his own hang-ups.
I've heard that. People say, well, why would God speak to you? You're certainly not the angelic type. Well, I say, actually, if he wouldn't speak to sinners, who would he speak to?
Absolutely.
I mean, come on. After all, he started the whole thing, right? He started it all. He gave you lovely and of good report, and he gave you awful and terrible, too. And he told you, work it out. Isn't that what Jesus told you, work out your own salvation?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then better get busy.
And what I liked about Jesus, the personification of Jesus, is that spirit of an individual identifies himself with the Son of Man. Yeah, we call him the Son of God, but more than anything else in Scripture, that personification of man identifies himself with the Son of Men. Would you agree?
That's right. He's trying to tell you, this is what I am, but this is what you'll be. Isn't that what Jesus said? These things I do, you shall do also, and even greater?
Absolutely.
So what is he telling you when he's telling you you're going to do greater than Jesus? Only God does greater. That's who he's telling you who you are. Absolute love loves absolutely. nothing. He says, "Fear not, little children. Fear not." Why would you be afraid if God's in charge? And He is. Believe me, He is. But subconscious mind was given the authority to produce your world as you think you are, you do. Feeling is the secret of your life. So watch it very carefully, because what you're feeling is what you're going to be experiencing. Change your mind, change your world. It's that simple. If you keep it simple, you'll remember it. And the thing of remembering is when you need it, that's when you should be able to remember it. And it isn't even about ability. It's about thinking feelingly. And you're doing that constantly. But are you directing it, or is the world around you, your atmosphere, is that where you're being directed from without? Because there, you're a subject of the world then. You're told to be in the world, but not to be of the world. So you can enjoy it to the nth degree, but you don't have to agree with what the world agrees with. That's hunger, starving, wars, all of that is bombarding you constantly. But that's the reason why you need to keep your conversations in accordance with lovely and good report. It's not easy. It takes a lot of discipline, and I was not a very disciplined person, so I know how tough it can be. But you understand that, don't you, Carlos?
I do. And the goal is to keep it simple. If you just start in the way of thinking something better, as you're moving to lovely and of a good report, because I think a lot of times people think that this change happens instantaneously. There may be those cases, but for most of us, we have to work towards that change, And I was thinking about somebody had sent me a picture the other day on thinking, and the store owner had put in his window, "Capitalism is poisonous." I'm thinking to myself, if this is the store owner's mindset, how is his business going to prosper if the thing that he's trying to create, he's calling poisonous? Would you agree?
Really? Yeah. Well, that's the Babylonian doublespeak. You know about that.
Everybody started getting confused and speaking in different languages and tongues and so forth.
Well, actually, it's all within the individual. That's where you're to seek to find. In other words, you're told it's as within, so without. In other words, it has to be thought within before it can be anything on the without, because the without, we're told, is secondhand. In other words, it was thought first. So if you're in charge of your self-talk, then you're determining, aware or unaware, of what your life is to be in the future, moment by moment or week by week or year by year, because it's as you think you are. So if you want to focus on anything, focus on what you're thinking about, because that's what you're going to be experiencing. If you don't like what you're thinking about, then you're not going to like what you're experiencing. Think only on things that are lovely and a good report. I say that over and over because people don't think of lovely and a good report automatically. They have to actually think about thinking about it. But once you get the idea, once you pick up a habit, if you want to, of actually watching what you think, you'll really learn a lot. I mean, it'll all spell itself out to you if you're really measuring. Is this taking me where I want to go? If it's not, why am I giving it my attention? Seeing that my attention is the life of whatever I'm paying attention to. And if I'm giving life to something I don't want to experience, then it's me. It's all self-denial. We're told all denial is self-denial. So nobody's at fault but you.